Mohan Yadav was certainly a surprise name that was announced for Chief Ministership of Madhya Pradesh. And what people don't remember is कि Chief Minister बनने से पहले मोहन यादव जी शिक्षा मंत्री थे, एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर थे मध्य प्रदेश के, और उनके समय में बहुत सारे सरकारी स्कूल बंद कर दिए गए. Of course, it was the नीति आयोग program to actually close down many government schools in many states, but this was implemented most strenuously in the BJP ruled states of Haryana, Madhya Pradesh and UP. And in just I think 2018 to 2020, 22,000 सरकारी स्कूल मध्य प्रदेश में बंद कर दिए गए. ये भी मैं बता दूं कि सरकारी आंकड़े अब बता रहे हैं कि 20 के बाद 23 तक ये जारी रहा, and about 5,000 more schools were closed down in that time, and about thousands of private schools were allowed to be started, of course, which are much more expensive. तो ये बात उनके बारे में अब कहीं भी नहीं जा रही है. In all the reports that are coming about Mr. Mohan Yadav, this fact of course is not finding any mention at all, that he has actually deprived thousands and thousands of poor students, Dalit students, Adivasi students from accessing education altogether. Another thing about him which is not being shared, एक और उनकी खूबी है जिसके बारे में किसी को अब बताया नहीं जा रहा है, वो ये है कि चुनाव अभियान के दौरान जब उनकी अपने चुनाव क्षेत्र में उनसे कुछ सवाल पूछे गए तो उन्होंने पूरी गुंडाई के साथ जवाब दिया. He resorted to absolute गुंडाइज्म and used the most foul language, using the filthiest of abuses against the people who had dared to ask him a few questions. So अगर एक नेता जब वोट मांग रहा हो, जनता को खुश करने के लिए निकला हो, अगर उसका ये रवैया होता है, if this is his attitude towards common people during an election campaign, then we can understand what can be expected from him. And therefore whatever he has announced on the day he was sworn in has not come as a real surprise. जो भी उन्होंने कहा उसका एक संदर्भ भी है. You know, the Malwa area of Madhya Pradesh, which is adjacent to Ujjain, his constituency, was an area where in the previous election BJP had not done well at all, Congress had done very well. और बराबर उस इलाके में they have pursued their attacks on Muslims, demonizing of Muslims, bulldozing of Muslims' homes. You may have seen that even a Muslim who had no arms was accused of stone throwing, and his little shack was also bulldozed. So that was the kind of policies that the Madhya Pradesh government was implementing in the run-up to this election, and I think they feel that it has delivered votes to them by polarizing the situation in those areas where they had done badly the last time. तो मुझे लगता है कि अभी जो बात हो रही है कि उनकी योजनाओं की वजह से वो जीते वगैरह वगैरह, लेकिन भाजपा खुद समझती है कि उन्होंने ये जो सांप्रदायिक ध्रुवीकरण किया और मुस्लिम समाज के लोगों के ऊपर ज़बरदस्त हमले किए, बुलडोज़र चलाए, कि उनको लगता है कि इसकी वजह से उनकी जीत मालवा में और अन्य क्षेत्रों में हुई. एंड दैट इज़ वाई ही हैज़ इमीडिएटली सेड ऑन बिकमिंग चीफ मिनिस्टर what his priorities will be. And what are his priorities? Not to improve the education situation in Madhya Pradesh, not to end atrocities against women, Dalits and Adivasis, not to alleviate poverty, hunger and nutrition. None of these things are the priority. The priority is what? Number one, trying to remove loudspeakers from places of worship. And of course the places of worship are not identified, but we can all understand which places will be targeted. और दूसरी बात जो उन्होंने की वो ये कि जो लोग मटन और मच्छी, those people who are vendors of meat and fish in public places, you know, रेडी वालास, they will be removed. तो ये जो उनकी घोषणा है, ये सीधे सीधे ख़ास तौर से जो अल्पसंख्यक हैं और जो दलित हैं, क्योंकि यही लोग ज़्यादातर मीट और मच्छी बना करके बेचते हैं, उनके जीविका पर सीधा सीधा हमला होने जा रहा है। और इसमें निश्चित रूप से जो मुसलमान हैं उनको चिन्हित करके उनको दिखाया जाएगा कि देखिए ये बहुत अच्छा काम हम कर रहे हैं। सो द टारगेटिंग ऑफ माइनॉरिटीज़ मुस्लिम्स who are selling meat and fish in public is going to be undertaken. Their livelihood is going to be attacked, and of course Dalits will also be attacked because they also engage in this kind of business. And all this is couched in language like if they are illegal, if they don't have licenses. But if the government doesn't issue licenses, then how are people to get licenses? You know, it's a catch-22 situation. तो ये जो उन्होंने घोषणाएं की हैं, ये दरअसल लोगों को समझना चाहिए इन घोषणाओं से कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो कल्याणकारी योजनाएं हैं उनके बारे में उनकी समझ बहुत स्पष्ट है, और वो ये मानते हैं कि जो सांप्रदायिक ध्रुवीकरण है वही आगे इलेक्शन को जीतने का रास्ता है और उसी पर वो चलने वाले हैं. सो वी कैन एक्सपेक्ट अ लॉट ऑफ अटैक्स on minorities in Madhya Pradesh, because it is very clear that the government and the new chief minister believe that that is the way to winning elections.